Hey, what's up guys? Coach Kyle here to go over August's challenge. Right on time, not late at all. What we're gonna be doing in August is accumulating 16 total minutes in the bottom of an overhead squat hold. This can be done with a PVC pipe or an empty bar. For these overhead squat holds, I suggest breaking them into sets of 15, 20, or 30 seconds. If you're getting much more than 30 seconds at a time, we might wanna add a little bit of load. So this overhead squat, locked out overhead, looking to send the hips back and down below the hip crease. If you struggle with mobility and you're unable to get all the way down into the bottom of that overhead squat without getting a little elbow bend, that's okay. I just want you to stay a little bit above parallel, making sure and prioritizing that those elbows stay locked out and the bar stays directly overhead.
All right guys, so like Coach Kyle mentioned, two of the things that we're focusing on primarily for our overhead squat hold is keeping the elbows locked out all the way and the bar on top of the shoulders. Now, mobility might be limiting you and make it hard for you to pull the bar back. So I'm gonna show you a few things that you can do to help with that. So the first thing that we're going to address that might be limiting you is tension in the front of the body, specifically the chest or the shoulders. So we're gonna go over a couple of stretches that you can do to kind of help loosen things up in the front. First is gonna be a very basic chest stretch. We're just gonna find something to place the hand on, elbow up, and then we're gonna turn away. You've got the stretch all the way along in here. Hold that anywhere from 15 to 30 seconds. Come out of the stretch, then switch. The second stretch is gonna focus more so on the front of the shoulders. So all we're gonna do is sit down on the floor, feet flat, hands flat, and if you wanna make it a little bit more challenging, turn the hands forward. If you're new to the stretch, keep the hands out. From here, all we're going to do is raise the hips up as much as we can. You'll likely already have a stretch. If not, you can make the stretch a little bit more intense by rocking the weight forward. Again, you're probably looking at holding that between 15 to 30 seconds. So the second area that might be limiting you is tension in the upper back, the other side of the body. So if you're overhead squatting, or when you do overhead squat, you notice that the upper back starts to cramp up, we can roll that out a little bit and hopefully give you a little bit more room. So to do that, I'm just gonna grab a foam roller, lay it down, and we're gonna start at the base of the neck, arms across, tuck down a little bit to keep that upper back round. Then we're just gonna roll back. We're gonna find an area that's a little sensitive and tight, focus on that. And then hopefully that'll loosen up the upper back a little bit and give you some more space for that overhead squat. So in connection with our previous trouble area, the third area that might be giving you trouble is not necessarily tightness in the upper back, but a lack of strength in the upper back. In order to keep the bar over the shoulders, we need to be able to pull back and squeeze the shoulder blades back. So in order to work on that, strongly recommend making use of the crossover symmetry. Really good place to start is T's, Y's, and I's, especially since we're working on keeping those elbows locked out while we do those movements. But if you're not sure where to start, give me or one of the other coaches a shout. We'll help you out. You can also consult our nifty little plaque here that shows a bunch of different exercises that you can do. So, hope these things help you, and happy overhead squats.